Well, welcome to Sunday Night Spins here at 35 to 1 Roulette Cruisin. Let's do some spinning tonight. How about that? All right, let's see what we got on here with us tonight. Let's see who's joined in. Dr. S is on here. He says, we are live. Good to see you, Dr. S. So everybody come on in here and get it started. Make sure everything's good for audio and all that. Andrew's on here. Howdy, Andrew. Everybody's making their way in. All right, let's see. Keep them going. There is Jason's on here. Howdy, Jason. All right. Well, last week was a rough week. We got completely slaughtered. All right, Randall's on here. Howdy, Randall. Of course, I put out that strategy this week and the battleship strategy. And, you know, based on what we ran, 50 spins, and we were only like $15 down, I think, for the whole thing. I mean, you can't hardly ask for any better strategy than that, especially on that short of a run, I guess. Let's see who we got on here. Let's see. I guess that's Escape. Let's go. Said, hey, it's Justin on my other channel. Thanks for the review. Okay. Hey, no problem, Justin. Thanks for sending it over. Just curious. I mean, did we mess anything up with running it? I know you sent it over with $2 chips and all, and I sent you the email, and hopefully you kind of understood where I was going with that. You know, sometimes those things are easy to run on like a simulator or something like that, where it's easy just to put any amounts on there. But when it comes to sitting down at the table, you know, you just got to have something that you can kind of keep up with. And a mix of $2 chips and all that. It just kind of complicates things a little bit, but hopefully that worked out for you. It definitely went well. I actually had Aaron, one of the guys that follows the channel here, he sent me a message yesterday, and he's in, I think he's in New Orleans or something. He went to the casino there, 2.5 hours. I think said he was down $10, 2.5 hours, and he had like 600 points. So it's doing really well. We'll see long term. You know, most of these things we come out with them and it's like they do really good, and then all of a sudden the wheels fall off of the strategy for some reason. So let's just see if it holds up long term. All right, Big Day's on here. James is on here. Better luck this week, I hope. Let's see, Mike's on here. Hey guys, working. Good luck. All right, Mike. Let's see. All right, Justin says, I understand. $5 more and play zeros straight up. Yeah, you could. Yeah, instead of splitting that, you could do a, you know, because we were splitting that 0 double 0, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay where it's at. We got to have some losses on there to actually improve our wins just a little bit. So if that makes any sense. All right. So what are we doing? Do we want to run the battleship strategy again while we're here on the live to at least give it another go and just see what it does, or do you guys want to dive off into something in particular that you feel like, hey, let's try to make us some money real quick, and then we'll dive off into some points? We tried that last week, and the wheels fell off. All right, so let's see. Hopefully we have better luck this week. So remember, we do have the availability of the $1.99 Super Chat. So if you go down here in your chat, hit the little dollar sign down there, and you can click on Super Chat. And when you hit Super Chat, the $1.99 allows you to type in your strategy you want to run for your one-hit wonder spin. And we can do that anytime you want. All right, we did have somebody do it last week, and it worked out pretty good. So Big Day did it last week. He won a chip, and I got that in the mail to him. Patty won the one-hit wonder last week as well. So, you know, what you guys thinking? You want to just do the battleship strategy again, and let's try it. So remember, one-hit wonder spin, $1.99 while we're live. We'll still do the one at the end. Okay, but this is your opportunity to have a chance at it without everyone else involved. So all you have to do is double up your money. Okay, so 20 chips is what you get. All right, so Big Day said he got his chip. All right. Well, so post office is still working. All right, so let's try it this way. I want to buy in for $500 this time. All right, so we're not going to go $1,000. We're going to buy in for $500. So remember, cash on the table, your CPAS card, they scan it, give it back to you. That's how you get your points on the cruise. And we're going to get $500 in red chips. And I think I misspoke on the video, I said you have 3 bullets. Well, you've actually got 4 bullets. But I had somebody else message and kind of pointed out that we're not going to lose full bullets. That's the one thing about this strategy, is we don't lose full bullets. So we lose like 45 bucks or something is kind of our, I think, our max loss. So $45 and $30 loss. Okay, so you know, so you have to have 2 or 3 of them to lose that 120 bucks, right? So anyway, so let's see. So I'm only going to buy in for $500, and we've got a $120 average. So here, let me make my stacks $120 each, so we can kind of show everybody that what we're working with here, and know that we have 4 bullets plus an extra 20 bucks. Okay, but you know, we don't lose $120 anywhere, so we're okay. I mean, we got more than 4 bullets. We've got like, you know, 8 or 10 or 20. I don't know. I got to count them, but anyway, I haven't looked at it that close. All right, so to set this up, so we're going to go $25 on the 3rd dozen, $25 on the 1st dozen. We're going to go $5 straight up on 8 numbers there. And we're going to go $25 down here. And I believe we go split right there. You're just confirming. Yeah, we split it down there with $5 there. All right, so that should put us $20 down on that stack. So, all right, so we should be good to go. All right, so again, 1 to 11 here in this block of 8, 25 to 35 in this block of 8. That's a $45 loss, $45 loss from 15 to 24. But it's $30 profit in these 4 and these 4, and a $60 profit in this 8 section here, and you got $30 loss right there. Okay, so we're looking at 42% give or take of loss, and 57% give or take on losses. Did I say that wrong? So 42% on wins and 57% on losses. So it's almost even. It's almost even. So let's give it a go. Let's see what happens here. Let's see. Big Day got the chip. Okay, I got that one. All right, escape. Oh, this is Justin. Do you have any other cash apps so I can tip you? Not well. Of course, I've got Venmo or something like that, but it's not my Venmo. I need to set something else up, because with YouTube, YouTube takes a percentage of everything. All right, so you know, even with the super chats or whatever, they take. I think they take like 40% if I'm not mistaken. All right, so that's 17, so that pays $60 right there. So we'll bring that $60 back to our rack, and there we go. Maybe I don't know. You can shoot me an email, Justin. Shoot me an email. I mean, if you're interested in something like that, that's fine. You know, I just don't have anything set up right now. I'm really struggling with YouTube right now. YouTube is killing. I think YouTube is killing the channel. So I'm really really on the fence of what to do here, because my views have gone down drastically. And you know, the one thing that's noticeable is my impressions. I know you guys, some of you guys that may have a channel or something like that, you kind of know what I'm talking about when it comes to impressions. You know, my channel gets shown to people, and then how many people click on it is called the click-through rate. And I'm setting it like anywhere between 10 to 15% on most of my videos, but the impressions aren't very high. So I think that's what I'm talking about whenever I say, you know, YouTube is kind of killing me. All right, so that's $45 loss right there. And I know this is stuff not any of y'all's problem, but anyway, when you do a YouTube channel, you know, I like doing it. It's fun to do it. But when you go to making, seem like you start making some money off of it, you know, and then it dries up a little bit. It's kind of disheartening a little bit. I understand why channels cut off so soon, why they quit producing material, and it's because after a while you just figure out that, hey, it ain't worth my time and effort most of the time. But I do appreciate you guys that do tune in on a regular basis. But I'm thinking about going to Rumble. Is anybody on Rumble? by chance. Just curious as if anybody on here actually has a Rumble account, and if they view anything over at Rumble. All right, so $30 profit there. I know I'm babbling on about a bunch of stuff here. Just running through a bunch of spins here. And like with this strategy, what we noticed is, you know, you kind of have to stick it out. You have to buy in for the amount that you're willing to lose. And if you lose it, hopefully you can get a lot of points out of that loss. All right, 9. That's another $30 profit there. So there is $30 right there. Let's see. Big Day says, I think there are a lot of folks starting to do it. Like you're talking about the YouTube channel stuff, or Rumble. I know Rumble is, I look on there and there's hardly anything on there for roulette. So I feel like there might be a market there, but I'm not 100% whether it's worth the change or not. All right, that's a loss of 45 right there. I've also thought about, you know, doing the YouTube for my, you know, the other, like the weekly video stuff. And then doing the live on Rumble, and see if that helps any, makes any difference. So $45 loss there, but I'm not pulling the trigger on that just yet. I'm just something I'm debating right now. I've also had people ask about me doing TikTok or whatever. I don't know. I barely have time to keep up with this, much less TikTok videos. You know, unless y'all want me to come up here and start doing some little dance routines or something like that. And I mean, you know, I try to just keep it real. Try not to do a bunch of stuff that I wouldn't do really, you know, if that makes any sense. That's a $60 profit there. There's 30, there he is, 60 right there. You know, but hey, if me dancing around would be something you guys would be something might help with my views. You know, maybe I need to start doing that. All right, 25. What do you guys think? You can do like some of them channels and start playing roulette with something weird going on all the time. But anyway, keep doing the shorts. They bring in people to the channel. I've started doing a little more shorts, but you know, it's hard to cut a short out of out of something like this. You know, unless I say something off the wall. You know, I might throw a short out there. It's a $30 win there. But you know, especially doing the 1 hour thing here, I do have a few things I can clip out of there. So I've started doing that and just kind of linking it over. But it's like once this live's over with, it's like where'd the views go? You know, I'll get a few views tomorrow. I'll get like 50 to 100 views tomorrow, and then it just stops. But what'd you guys think of the new thumbnail? Trying something new. See if it could be a little more eye-catching. All right, so that's a $60 profit right there. Now we're up like 10 or 15 bucks at this point. I might have missed a few spins, but I mean we're putting right along here. All we're looking for is some spins. We're at $120 on the table. All right, 12. That's a $30 profit there. There's $30 right there. All right, make sure to hit that like button for me. All right, let's see what Jason's got here. So Jason says, that's the format of this live stream, though. It's a weekly stream that newcomers aren't going back to. Yeah, and it's tough, you know, but I mean, I normally have about 20 to 30 of you in here. Kind of rotates through. I noticed the views. I see the views here. All right, 27. All right, so that's another $30 profit there. But I see how many people are currently watching. and then I see the number of views. So like it says right now, 14 concurrent views, and then 26 views. So that's just kind of the rotation. So I'm guessing it's like a real time for me. All right, 3. All right, we're doing pretty good here. We're about to be up $100. Yeah, so this puts us at $100 profit right now. So we could pull the plug on that and say, hey, we'll walk away with $100. We're 14 spins in. So let's keep going. Let's keep pressing on. Now we've got a little cushion. You know, we're just looking for points with this one. This one here is not really for the profit, but $100 up. I think that's doing pretty good. We keep hitting the right numbers. So that's another $30 profit there. All right. There it is. So we are currently killing it with this strategy. And as I showed on the video, we could take these 8 right there and put 4 there and 4 there, and that's going to pay exactly the same. I know some people are going to question, well, how is that even possible? That's just because of the way the math maths out, if that makes sense. All right, there's 15, 25, and there's 45 right there. So just according to what you want to do. I feel like you can conceal it a little better like this. Maybe on a busy table, you have it here and you have it here, and then you have that one snuck down there, and then you drop this here in the middle of a bunch of other chips. I feel like you can hide this a little better. I haven't run it on a real table to be for sure. But anyway, this is going to be a $60 profit there. So there is 30. And there is the 60 right there. But I know Aaron has ran it, setting at the real table, so I'm really curious to know. I know he was out in New Orleans for the weekend, so I'm really curious to see. I'll chat with him probably. If he don't come on here tonight, he'll probably chat in or call, message me tomorrow and let me know kind of how it went for him. Let's see. Sad to say, on my solo trips, I said it. Let's see. I said that for many hours with this. Oh, okay. All right, Justin. So you've played this by yourself a lot. All right, there's 11. Oh, that's $45 loss right there. So there's 20. There's 40. $45 loss. Yeah, and like I said in the video earlier in the week, this is an easy one to sit down with $2 chips and buy in for $200, because you can, I mean, just being, for instance, if this was $2 chips, it would be a rack of $2 chips, and look, we ain't even worked through it. So it would, it's actually, I think it works out pretty good, and I'm definitely going to be running this one on the next cruise. All right, so that is a $60 profit right there. And let's see, so I've got a cruise in a few weeks. It's about a month away now. So the 23rd of March, be a spring break cruise. It's a 4-night. All right, Justin says he's on Explorer February 26th. All right. $30 profit there. Man, we are killing it right now. $30 profit. We are almost $200 in profit. Almost. This is spin 21. I may have missed, I probably missed 4 or 5 during the whole thing, running my mouth. But of course, there's been some that wants to, you know, have a head-to-head between Comp Force 90 and this one. And I feel like this one would actually hold up better than Comp Force 90, to be honest, because you've got really good coverage with this one, obviously. Comp Force 90, it's just got a lot of holes in it, and those $90 losses can hurt you after, you know, 2 or 3 of them. And I think that's what I'm liking about this one is there's no one spot that's gonna just kill you. I think that's what the advantage is to this one. No, it's not. You know, you're not gonna make any profit, but if your point is to not care about profit, I guess this one right here will work out for you. All right, anybody got any other questions? Oh, that's a $45 loss. All right, so let's go here. So there is $45. My fingers ain't working for me. We have almost lost everything we had made for profit. We're getting pretty close to almost losing all of our profit. We should have walked away at 200 whenever we got to maybe the 150 mark. Maybe that's what the walk away needs to be. Basically a stack and a half. You can get a stack and a half, walk away. Did I move a chip? If not, no, 0. Another $30 loss there. All right, we're going to run this until we get back to even. How about that? Looks like we've got 20, there's $30. So right there, that's our break-even spot right there. But it does recover. That is correct. All right, so that's $45 loss right there. So that's 30. There's 45. All right. All right, so let's pull the plug. So we went 25 spins with it. All right, we were up almost $200 during that session. And we are down $15. Okay, so just kind of shows you, we got up. We almost had to, we should have walked away at a certain point, right? So we bought in for $500. We're out for $485. That's a loss of $15. We went 25 spins with it. Our average was $120. And so, say 240 plus another 60, so that'd be 300 points right there. Okay, so we're going to say we got 300 points on that session. Now, that's a matter of if the pit boss gives you full credit for that or not. I really want to have somebody at the table that can really determine whether or not we're going to get full credit or not. So let's go here. Let's do that. Let's say 400. We say we tipped a little bit, so we're going to say $475. Let's say we tipped 20 bucks or 10 bucks at least. So right there is $475. All right, so there is that. All right, what y'all think? Do y'all think I rated that properly this week? That is the one thing. I give them a rating, and hopefully most everybody agrees. I really don't have anybody complain too much about them. All right, so let's see. Let's do a little, let's just do a quick walk up. All right, we're going to walk up. I'm going to get $100. Let's see, $100 in $2 chips here. So that's that right there. We're just going to play with $2 chips for this one. All right, so there is $100 in $2 chips there. And let's see, what was we, 18? So it was on the left side. All right, so we went left that time. I'm just going to kind of, I'm going to watch the wheel for a second. And a lot of times that's what I'll do when I walk up to the table. I'm going to walk up and I'm going to watch and see kind of what's hitting or not. And then I'm going to go with it. All right, we hit 0, so we would have lost whatever we would have put something on right then because I wouldn't have played the 0. Have you done any recent trips to check if 10 spins is the same rating? Don't think they watch carefully. I know I played 10 spins a few weeks back and the first 8 weren't rated above minimum. I know on Utopia, all right, so we went left, 0 left, so we're gonna go right this time. I mean, I had one session that was really good, and then I had one session that was partially good. It was like 75% of a rating, and then the next session was about 30% of rating. So it's really hard, man, to keep up if they're not rating it like we think they're rating it. And, you know, I think Utopia is just trying to kill you. Like they kill. This is what I've figured out. They kill you on your rating, but yet when the cruise is over with, they'll upgrade your certificate. So, just for instance, I earned 1,200 points on that cruise, but I was awarded the 2,000 point certificate. I don't know. I really don't know why, but there's probably a pretty good chance that I should have earned the 2,000 points, but I didn't because the ratings were so bad. So I think because there's a lot of people, I know of several people that have gone on Utopia, and that has happened where they've gotten rated poorly the entire time, but then when the cruise is over, their certificate got upgraded. So, you know, not saying that's what they're doing, but it seems almost obvious that's what they're doing, which is killing you on your points for the year, especially for your your prime status, or you're trying to get the signature or something like that. If they're shorting you 1,000 points every cruise or whatever, then yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to make signature, especially somebody like me, where I'm not killing a lot of points every cruise anyway. But I feel like they're kind of gypping us a little bit. All right, so we had 2 lefts hit there, so now I'm going to go right. Now I'm doing the yin and yang strategy here, and I waited for the left side to hit 2 times. Now I'm going to go right. All right, and what happens here is if it hits, I ask the dealer for $50 or 2 greens and 10 color, because that's going to pay $70. 2 greens are $50, and then 10 color is $20. All right, so 22, and there we go. All right, and that's going to be 10 color right there. All right, dealer, let me have 2 green and 10 color, so that's $70. I'm stacking my greens here. Now I'm going to spin it again and not play this spin. And you can do this at the table. You can, especially if I'm not planning on making any points, so I wouldn't make any points with this strategy here either. But this is just kind of my thing of just walking up. I may watch a couple of spins and then pick a side and go with it. All right, so 36. So that hit right again. So that's 2 rights in a row. All right, let's go. Let's jump on the left side now. All right, let's see if it switches sides for us. All right, let's see. All right, so Justin says that happened to him on Star. So they upgraded your certificate on Star, Justin. And then let's see, Judy's on here. Hey, Judy. Says, I'm on Utopia April 3rd, hoping for good luck. Was it the same pit boss for each of your ratings? No. If you're on Utopia, oh, I should have went right. If you're on Utopia, look for Roberto. Roberto is, he and I have a little bit of a history. Like he was on Enchantment, I think, for a while. And I went on several Enchantment Sea cruises. And he was there, and it's just kind of like, I wouldn't say there was an altercation, but just one of them, you didn't rate me very well conversations that we had one time. And it's like ever since then, he kind of remembers me. So Roberto gave me the best rating on Utopia. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right, 23. All right, so that time I waited because the right hit twice, and I went, and it hit the 3rd time. So now this is the 4th time. And so there we are. So we hit there. So again, so there is those 10 right there. Here is 2 greens. So stack our greens. There's 10 color. And then that's 12. Here's 13 and 14. All right, so we hit left. So now I'm going to wait again. And I'm only going to keep up with the ones I've bet on. So now I've bet on four spins. There's 50, there's $150 right there. So I'm in profit $50 right now. All right, 29. All right, that hit left again, so that's 2 lefts in a row. So here we go. We're going to go right. Let's see if it'll happen here. All right, so now this is only the 5th time I've bet, and I've probably been here 10 spins at this point. But back to what Jason was talking about, you know, as far as the ratings go, sometimes you got to let the pit boss know, hey, I'm going to be playing a strategy that is, you know, $90 or $75 or, you know, whatever you're betting. Oh, so he hit left. So that way they can kind of go ahead and put you in the system. And if a lot of times if you buy in, let's say you charge to your CPass, and you, I think I'm short on chips here, so let's do that. If you buy in with your CPass card, then the pit boss has to come over there and run the card anyway. So when he comes back to you, you have to sign the receipt. When you sign the receipt, he gives it to him, and you can go ahead and tell him, hey, I'm going to be running a $90 average right here. You know, and then he'll go ahead and put you in the system at that rate. Sometimes it will. All right, 13. There we go. We got a win there. All right, so we had I think 3 lefts in a row hit before it went over to that right side. So let's see, that's 10 color. There's 2 more green. All right, so now we have 11 chips here. So we hit right. Let's see. Let's just do a split in the wheel just to finish it off here. There. All right, so we got 3 chips left over. Let's just go ahead and throw us a couple more splits on there. Where would, let's see, I like this 29.30. Let's get that 7.8. Let's see, I got one more here. Let's go ahead and split 17 and 20 just in case we get a big hit on that. Now I'm just finishing off my chips. That's all I'm doing. I only had 11 chips to work with there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so I had 11 chips to work with. So I'm just finishing off my colored chips. That's all I'm doing, and hoping I can get one more win out of them. All right, 11. There we go. All right. All right, that's going to pay 17. All right, there is 17 chips there. All right, so what was that? That was right. Let's see, it went 13. So let's go left. All right, and I have these left over. Let's go ahead and pick a couple more. Let's do splits right there. Let's do a split there, a split there, and let's see. Let's go ahead and just get 17 and 20 there. All right, there we go. Now I've got them all out there. Just finishing off my colored chips. I'm at $200. Walk away right now. So I'm $100 in profit right now. 0. Oh gosh, I should have done split. All right, 30. Oh, crap. And we missed it. All that out there, and somehow or another, we missed it all. Okay, so there it was. There was a quick walk-up session of yin and yang there. That's a $200 walk away right there. So there is that $200. So now we are up a total of $75 for the night right now. Let's write that down. So let's see, I bought in for $100. We're out for $200. We went 8 spins. Well, we went more than that because we was there for probably 15 spins or so, but we're plus 100 right here. Let's just say we went 15 spins, and our average was only $28. So 28, half of that is 14, give or take, so 30. Let's just say we got 40 points. So this is not a big point system. So we can't do that. All right, Trevor. Trevor put in a $1.99 super chat. All right, Trevor, let's run us a one-hit wonder spin for you. All right, go ahead and put in your one-hit wonder spin. So Trevor did a $1.99 super chat for a one-hit wonder spin. So Trevor, you are going to be playing for a chip. All right, there we go. So there's the chip. And I don't know, everybody that's got one of these chips, what do you think about them? Is there anything that I could do different to them? Like one side says bet on red or cash out. The other side says bet on black, one more spin. So if you're at the table and you're like, I don't know what to do, spin the chip and it says, oh, bet on black or go one more spin. So anyway, just something that you can use anytime you're at the table, and hopefully it brings you good luck. All right. What did I miss? Patty, we are in profit by like $75 right now. Big day. I like it. Keep it the same. A couple of weeks ago, Rhapsody didn't have craps. Do they have 2 roulette tables? Oh, I don't know about Rhapsody. I would assume they probably have 2 roulette tables on Rhapsody if they don't have 3, but they definitely, most ships have 2. I do know that. All right, Trevor, you want to get that in there, or you just wanting to let it ride? You just wanting to donate to the cause here? What you thinking? All right. Let's give him a minute. Let's give him a minute. What do we want to do next? What do y'all want to run? Y'all got anything? Patty says, good job. Hopefully I'm not the one bringing bad luck. Okay, all right, you left bad luck at the other side of the screen, I hope. All right, so let's see. Trevor's got something on here. All right, Trevor. Now remember, you have to double your money. All right, so there is 20 chips there. So you want 10 on 19 to 36. Okay, there's 10 on 19 to 36. And 10 on black. 19 to 36 and black. All right, can we get a black number? So we're looking for anything black from here to here for Trevor to get the win of doubling his money. All right, so here we go. This is a one-hit wonder spin. Trevor paid $1.99 for a super chat. Let's see what happens. Bingo. Looks like you got it, Trevor. You got lucky. All right, so that wins on black. That wins there. So there you have it, Trevor. All right, Trevor, you got a $1.99 super chat. With that win, you doubled your money, which means you win a chip. Send me that email, roulettecruisin@gmail.com. Let me know your name, your address, and your screen name so I can be sure to get it on its way to you. All right, so Trevor, let me get this in here. Let me go write it down because I don't have an elephant's memory. So I have to write stuff down sometimes. All right, good job there, Trevor. Anybody else want to dive in on one? All right, so Trevor, send that to me, okay? All right, so let's see what we got here. So Paradise says, hey Eric, with the Royal Caribbean March instant certificates, do you have a strategy to make 3,000 points per day to earn a cruise? Oh, wow. I did notice those March certificates are like horrendous. You've got to make 3,000 points before you really get anything on those offers. That's a cabin for 2. Boy, it's rough. The only thing you can do is just the normal strategies that we do run. You're going to have to play them at a higher average. It's according to how long the cruise is. If you have 7 days, to do it, yeah, it's a grind. You can probably make it. But a 3-day cruise is going to be tough if you're playing it at a low level like I'm playing it here. You've got to go higher. You know, but I bounce around a lot. I don't get all my points at roulette. I get most of my points at roulette. The reason I like roulette is because of the time at the table. I can get more points in a shorter amount of time than I could at the craps table. I can come to the roulette table and maybe play an hour to earn my points that it would take me 4 hours to earn over at the craps table. So that's the difference. It's just time at the table is what I'm seeing. Okay. There's people in here that's probably got some stuff that they've run, you know, that could help out, but you're going to have to increase your average. All right. Ron's on here. Hey, Trevor, see you tomorrow. All right. So Paradise, more like 9,000. Wow. Yeah, I won't never see 9,000 points. Now, Ron might see 9,000 points. I know Ron likes to, he likes to get a lot of points on the cruise. He may have some stuff for you, but I know Ron plays a lot more craps. And he's in the chat here right now. Let's see, more like 9,000. So, you know, you could run that battleship strategy. It's $120. You could double it up, you know, so you'd be at 240. But you're going to have to buy in for, you know, I'd say you have to buy in for at least $1,500 to run that at that level. You can do Comp Force 90. That same thing. You're going to have to buy in for, you know, $2,000 or something to run on that. Point Pusher, you know, they're kind of all in that same area. You know, you're just going to have to just ride it out, but it's got to be a high bet the entire time, and you got to make sure that you have your average correct. You know, you don't want to sit down and play a strategy where you've got $200 or $300 on the table per spin, and then you get through with your session, you walk away, and they had your average at like $20 the whole time. Okay, that would really suck. Okay, so you don't want that to happen. All right, let's see. Jason saying here, green chip 5 corners. All right, type that in, Jason. Let's run it. Let's see what happens here. So we want to see, if we can make some points and make some money at the same time. But Jason's saying 5 green chips, 5 corners. All right, so let's buy in for $500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna need more than that. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there's $1,000. So Jason wants us to really go after them with this one. All right, so we bought in for $1,000. Let's see. So I'm gonna need a stack of green right there. Where's all my green? Oh darn, I don't have all my green. All right, so we're gonna go right here, and let's just get 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just separate $400 here. So there is $400 right there, and we're gonna get a black chip. All right, so now that is $1,000. Okay, everybody with me? All right, so now what Jason's wanting to do is he's wanting us to do green chips 5 corners. How long have we been on here? 46 minutes. All right, we got a few minutes so we can keep going with it. All right, 50 each corner. I'll be on Icon that day. Oh, that's Ron. Ron's gonna be on Icon. Okay, 50 each corner, 125 on the column. Green chips. Oh, I see what you're saying. The 5-1. Oh, we're gonna need more than that. Yeah, so we're gonna need 125. There you go. All right, so we're doing the 5-1 is what we're doing here. Now I see what you're talking about, Jason. All right, so we're doing the 5-1. So the five corners, 1 column strategy. You have to have 5 chips. Now we've increased it to green chips, so now we're at 125. And then we're going to go 50 on all these corners. All right. Now this strategy here is hit or miss for me. I can run it one time and not lose anything, and then I can run it the next time and it wipes me out. All right, so let's see what happens. You know, it ain't real money, so it really doesn't matter if we lose it all, but it's just giving you the example of what it would be like playing at the table. I don't know where my green, I think I got my green chips down on my craps table. That's where they're at. Need to bring some of them back up here. All right, so that is a 3-chip profit. We do know that. So I'm going to pay a black one and give a quarter change. Everybody okay with that? All right. We're not going to increase. We're just going to let it ride. How about that? So 375 average is what Jason's saying. So we have 100, 200. There's 300. 1, 2. That's 3. That's 375 average. That is correct. All right, 27. Okay, same thing. We're going to do right here. Well, that was spin 2. And we're going to give a quarter change. All right, everybody following along? Every time one of these corners hits, that's a $75 profit set up this way. Okay? And 5. Okay. All right, so we're going to pay a black chip with a $25 change there. All right, and like I said, I've run this before and never really lost anything, multiple sessions on one day. And then the next day I came in and it was like every session I played, it just kept hitting the bus numbers for me. So, but if it runs like this, man, you're in great shape. All right, another $75 profit right there. All right, we've hit a lot on that side of the table. I should switch. That's the part I struggle with. You know, I keep hitting on one side and I keep thinking I need to switch over, but as soon as I move it, you know, something bad will happen. So it's almost best just to let it ride like that. All right, so that is a loss of $375 there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put 125 back right there. 50, 50, 50, 50, and 50. Okay, so now got 375 back out there. All right, if we get a win on this one, I'm going to press those 3. I'm going to collect 3 chips, but I'm going to press them. I'm going to put them back out there and see if we can get a get another win off of it. Oh my God. Hey. So that's 300. Let's just go ahead and pay that right there. So 375 gone right there. Looks like it's going to be one of them sessions where we're going to lose $1,000 to finish our night. So let's see. Need a goal for this though, like 10 spins to get 375 points and run when up 75. That could be. All right, so that's a push there. Yep, I want to win. I want to press it up. I want to see if we can get a bigger hit off of it. Did I move a chip? Maybe. All right, 9. Okay. All right, so that's going to pay that $75 profit right there. All right, so we hit that one. Let's go these 3 down here. All right, there we go. Let's see what happens. All right, Justin, did you change accounts? Sorry for joining so late. Oh, it's another Justin. Wait, who? There's 2 of you. Let's see. Sorry for joining so late. Hey, that's all good. I'm watching from Quantum. All right. All right, 21. There we go. Bingo. All right, let's see. Let's just pay it out. So that's going to pay 16 for that one, and then it's going to pay, let's just pay that right there. It's going to pay 8 right there. So now, we're going to drop it back down. I think that goes over here. Okay. All right, and then we're going to go 125. 125 right there. And let's see. So we are on spin number 9. Maybe. Give or take. All right. Yeah, did y'all see that about the, they're going to keep the ship in port in, I guess, Cape Liberty. They're going to let the snowstorm blow through. I guess they're going to keep them there overnight. All right, there's that other $75 profit right there. All right, should we press it up? Let's press it. Let's press it. Let's see what happens. You know, you don't win if you don't play. But they're going to keep them there overnight after a blizzard's going to come through, I guess. So, you know, jokingly, I made something up to where they got like an on-deck snow adventure where they're going to give out snow shovels for everybody on board. Oh my God. 00. And we went 10 spins with it. All right. And we just lost $375 there. All right. So 10 spins. 2, 3. There's 4. So $475 is what we're leaving with. All right. So that didn't work out too well. We bought in for 1,000. We're out for $475. That's a loss of $525. Wow. We went 10 spins, but our average was 375. Let's say we got 375 points. All right, so there we have it. That's some expensive points. That is for sure, Jason. All right, let's see. Let's see, Paradise. Okay, I'm ready for final one-hit wonder. All right, let's go ahead and start getting your one-hit wonder spins in here for me. Remember, it's 20 chips. You tell me where to place them, and we'll get that going. Let me get everything figured up here, tally up our points. So that's 600, 400, 415 points. All right, so 415 points. No, 606. 7. That's 715. What the heck? I can't add tonight. All right, 715 points. And we have a total of, let's see, it's 400 right here. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's 400 right there. All right. And let's see what we finished with. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is 1,000. 1,050 is what we're out. So we're down $450. So down $450. So let's see here. What was our points? What was our points for that? Cost per point. So 450 by 715. That is 62 cents a point. That is not good. 62 cents per point. Okay. All right, that's where we're at for the night. That's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It was better than last week. Last week I had to put out a second mortgage on the house. Where'd these green chips come from? What the heck? Like that won't even fit in there. All right, let's see here. Get all that out of the way, get all that out of the way, and let's get her going here. All right, let's see, where's my chat? All right, let's get her going here. All right, so the one-hit wonder spins. Let's see, let's start at the top here. All right, Big Day, you're up top. You're the first one up. So you're going to be blue. All right, so blue. So Big Day, you got 10 on second dozen. So 10 on second dozen. And 2 on streets of second dozen. So 2. Okay. And give 1 on the top 2 corners. 1 and 1. Okay. All right, Big Day, you're set. You're covering that second dozen heavily. All right, next up, Sammy. All right, Sammy, you are going to be orange. All right, let's see here, Sammy, 12. Okay, so there is 12 on 19 to 24. 19 to 24, double street there. And 8 on 22-25 split. 22-25 split. All right, Sammy, you're set. Okay, next up, Robert. All right, Robert, you're going to be green. All right, Robert, let's see. Make sure I got 20 chips here because something was off. I knew that was off. All right, so there is 20 chips right there. All right, so Robert. Let's see, I'll do all chips on first 12. Okay, there you go. Right there it is, 20 chips right there, Robert. All right, Randall. Randall, you are going to be purple. All right, so Randall, you want 5 chips. All right, 5 chips. On 3, 1, 2, and 14. All right, Randall, got you set. All right, Justin. Let's see. You want all 20 on third column, and you are going to be yellow. So Justin, this is Justin Horton. All 20 on third column. All right, there you go. You got it. All right, next up is Escape. Okay. Yes. Okay, you're going to be red. All right, so we got 10 chips. 10 chips on, oh crap, on 13. So 10 chips on 13. 10 chips on 0, 00 split. Okay. All right, got you set. Patty. All right, Patty, I'm going to give you pink. All right, Patty. We got 10 on 25, 29 corner. And we got 10 on 28, 32 corner. All right, got you set. All right, Jason, you're up. All right, you are going to be black chips. 15 on 34. Okay, so there is 10. Wait, there's 10. There's 5. Okay, so you got 15 on 34. Man, you are chasing that 34. And let's see, oh, they're down here. 5 on 34 double street. Okay, got you there. All right, Jason, got you in there. Let's see, Trevor's up. Trevor. Let's see, Trevor. We're going to be white. All right, so Trevor wants first column all chips. All right, there you go, Trevor. Got you. And let's see, I got one more, so we're going to do special chips here. And that is going to be Paradise. All right, special chips for Paradise. All right, let's see, make sure we got 20 chips right there. And I'll do half on 0, 00, so 10 on the split there. 5 on 1. 5 on 1 and 5 on 27. All right, there we have it. There is 10 participants in this one-hit wonder spin here at the end of this episode. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and you know, just know, remember, you got to send me your name, your address, and your screen name to roulettecruisin@gmail.com. All right, so here we go. Got the wheel spinning. And let's see what happens. Let's see who could be our winner tonight. Last spin, one-hit wonder spin on its way. All right, everybody cross their fingers. I see some holes. There's a couple of holes. Man, I really spun that thing. All right, there we go. It's 8. All right, so it looks like everybody lost. There's nobody on that column. So here's our winner. Green is our winner for tonight. And that is Robert. All right, Robert. Make sure to send me your name and address to roulettecruisin@gmail.com. And I'll get this chip on the way to you, Robert. I appreciate y'all joining and hanging out with me tonight. And hopefully, you know, I should be on here next week. I really can't think of anything at the moment that's going to prevent me from being on here next week. And you know, I'll keep you guys posted as to what's going on with the channel and stuff like that. Just trying to figure out what to do. You know, you've been on this for a year, and you know, just trying to figure things out and figuring out a direction to go with it, and you know, kind of make it worthwhile. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You just don't even know how much I appreciate you guys hanging out with me every week. And congratulations to Robert on his one-hit wonder spin. Send me that email, Robert. And until next time, happy cruising. We'll see y'all. Bye.